What's up, guys? Today I have the Avengers Tower Battle Lego set. This has 685 pieces. It costs $90 US. Set 76166. It's for kids 8 and up, so let's get into this review. I'm really excited to show you guys all of the play functions and how good it looks on display. So, starting with minifigures in this set, we have 4 good guys and 3 bad guys. 2 of the good guys are Iron Man suits, just programmed, that Tony Stark doesn't wear, and one of them is regular Iron Man. So let's start with him. So Iron Man is an Iron Man figure. Not much special to him, except he does have this printed helmet piece that doesn't flap up, which is kind of dumb to me. I don't understand why they don't just do the flap up thing. I think the flap up thing is better. But anyway, he does have 2 faces. He has a regular Tony Stark face, and he has an alternate display face, which is kind of weird because he can't flap up the helmet, which is kind of the reason they had the flap up helmet, so they kind of made a display. But the alternate regular Tony Stark face is good because he does have a hairpiece, and that looks good. It looks pretty good with the hairpiece. And he also does come with this little base here. So putting his helmet back on, he comes with this little base, like in the beginning of Infinity War when he was trying to get to the spaceship so he could go save the world. He used that extra boost, and this is kind of what that represents. And it does use a little crystal piece to build that. So that's an interesting piece. And he does come with Power Blast pieces, so if you don't know what those look like, just have that, stick in his hand, and then fire. So, those are cool. So let's move on to Black Widow. Moving on to Black Widow. Black Widow is a really cool figure, actually. She has the regular face that Black Widow usually comes with, so just angry and regular. And then she has this hairpiece. But the special thing about her is she actually has arm printing, and that's new for summer 2020. She does come with Uzis, so that's cool. And there's a spot to put her Uzis in the Avengers Tower if you don't want her to be using them. And it's just a good looking Black Widow. She has leg printing, torso printing, arm printing, and back printing, so nice figure. Let's move on to Blazer. So off the bat, Blazer, he looks like a really cool figure. He does have a bunch of blasting, like blast and splat effects, so that looks cool. He has this one big built up one, and then he has this fire effect to go over his fist. And if you grab over here, he actually does have a little base, so you can set his legs on that. Then you can have him take off. But there isn't any way to stand him up stand him up straight while he's on the base. So you're just kind of left with plain possibilities, or you have to take him off. But there is one place on the Avengers Tower where you can place him, but that's pretty much it for Blazer. Except he does have some pretty cool prints. So he has some back printing. He has the printed helmet again instead of flap open one, which I think is okay because it's just a clear head. But he does have some flames on the front of his legs. And I think that's kind of it for Blazer. So let's move on to Taser. So Taser has some lightning effects, and off the bat, Taser looks cool too. She also has a kind of lift-off piece to play with, but again, the only option you have to stand this up is on the Avengers Tower. And there's only one. And these pieces do look kind of cool. You could use those for display or to play. But the printing on this looks nice, and it's like metallic almost if you get it the right light. So that's cool. And again, printed helmet. You do have a little shoulder pad piece. And this blue is kind of nice on a figure. It's kind of like a dark blue, but it looks nice. So let's move on to Red Skull. So Red Skull has a rocket launcher, and this is just a built-up stud launcher with a built-up grenade piece with the extra part packs, and then it's just kind of built up, but it looks cool. And I think this is way better than just giving someone a stud, just a gun to hold. I think this looks way cooler, and if you don't know how these work, just push this top button, shoots off the thing, and then it does go a little slower, and I like that, and it is a little easier to find because this has the extra pieces on it instead of just, one stud. I think it works way better, and I'm glad they did that. But moving on to actual Red Skull. Red Skull looks cool. There's no denying that. And he does have back printing, and there's just these fancy buttons. He's got Hydra symbol right there on his belt. He's got a whole bunch of, he's got like vests and stuff. And then his face looks pretty cool. Looks pretty mean. But that's kind of it for Red Skull. Let's move on to an AIM agent. Alright, so the first AIM agent has a little chain attachment so we can hang off the Avengers Tower and kind of break Red Skull out. He does have this little built-up Uzi type thing. And this is basically just all the AIM agents from this year. It's just a regular AIM agent with this chain attached. And I do have, the set does come with another AIM agent, so that's what most AIM agents just look like. And basically you have a little chin piece that you add to the AIM agents, and then you give them a helmet, and then you build up a blaster for them, and that's how you make an AIM agent. But this one just adds a chain, so I guess there's some stuff you could do for that, but that's pretty much it for the AIM agents. Let's move on to the Avengers Tower. AIM agent. Alright, so right off the bat, the Avengers Tower looks awesome. There's no denying that. For $90, I feel like you're getting your money's worth, but let's dive into this, and we'll start with the first floor, but we will work our way up to the top. So on the first floor, there is a little door here where you can let this quad cycle out, and we'll just take that out, and I'll show you that a little closer into it later. But the first floor, this does open up like the last Avengers Tower. There is a little arc reactor thing that's supposed to be a miniature scale arc reactor. I think that's what it's supposed to be, but you can tell me if I'm wrong in the comments below. There is a little sticker here. I don't know what that means, but it might be telling us what this thing is, but I don't know what that's telling us. There's another sticker over here, and back over to the bike. This thing just fits right here very nicely, and then you look from the other side, you can open it right from the other side. So getting a little closer look at that bike, this does have two Avengers stickers here and here. They look good. And there is no handlebars, so you have to use this little cushion back here to hold someone in. But it looks nice. It's kind of cool how they built this up off of something that's not a bike frame. And then you can rotate these little propellers up here, and you can rotate them back here, but you can't rotate them forward with the ones back here. So it looks kind of cool. I'm glad they added this into the set. So let's go to floor 2. Alright, so from the outside of floor 2, you can see they do include an infinity gauntlet. And opening this up, there is little spots for Blazer and Taser. So putting them in there, it's just quick. It's really simple. All you have to do is place them on their 2 studs. And there's a little way to open this up, so you can just open that up, and then you can, have Blazer or Taser fly out, or both. Then they just fly out, help save the day. But that is kind of a cool feature, and I like it. But it's easier to do that once this is already open. So I just knock this off. So fixing that. Nope. I'm just gonna leave that because I'm pretty destructive. So there's a little weapons rack for Hawkeye, I think, but you can put Black Widow's Uzis here, and you just put the tip like that. Right there. Pretty simple. And this thing is a little spot for Iron Man's helmet if you want to have him using the hairpiece. So just plop that on. And it looks kind of cool, more finished out like that. But the main thing on this floor is the Infinity Gauntlet. It comes with the Space Stone and the Power Stone, which is a floor up. But it's just on this little rotating axle, so you can spin it. It's just kind of on display in the tower, I guess. And I don't know why they would keep 2 stones in the same place, but they did. So let's move up. Alright, so on the next floor, this is where it starts to get a little more interesting. There is a little jail cell here, and there is a little place where they're researching an Infinity Stone. But I'm going to go to the jail cell. So there is a little button here, and all you have to do is push that in, and these will fly out. So demonstrating that, they'll just fly out. You can stick a Red Skull or an AIM agent. Just grab your Red Skull real quick. You can stick him on those 2 studs, and you can't access this from the inside like that. But just stick them on the 2 studs. Close this up. There's a little printed keypad here, so that's nice. And moving on to this Power Stone research, this looks like it's trying to mimic the scene on Nowhere where they go to the collector to sell the Power Stone. And there's a little sticker back there, so getting a closer look at that sticker. Looks kind of nice. It looks kind of like it's telling you what the Power Stone is. But I gotta put this back on now. There we go. Alright, so I think that's pretty much it for the floor. You can have Red Skull escape with that feature. Let's move up to the next. Alright, moving up to the next floor. This is where they have you build the Avengers logo. And that looks pretty cool. It just uses hinge pieces to accomplish that. There's a balcony here, and you can sit in here too. And there is a way to pull this balcony out and knock it down. So that's pretty simple. You just grab this pin here, pull it out, and then you can have someone standing on that if you want to, but pull it out. So that's pretty fun. There is seats in here like I just mentioned. You can have Tony Stark playing some video games. There's a little printed controller here, so that's kind of a cool piece. And there's a couple stickers that you can use to interchange the TV. Here is a video game where Captain America is fighting Red Skull, and they do have an alternate where you can have a news reporter or reportee saying, "What is AIM?" That's pretty cool. And they do have Hawkeye on hold because Tony likes to watch the light beep. And they do have this bulb here with these grenade pieces, and they have that on every floor except for the very top one, but that's pretty cool. They do have a little door here, and that's kind of cool. But yeah, this is just pretty awesome. Let's move up. Or this is the spot where you can place one of your blazer or taser suits, where you can put them on these two things, these two hollow studs. You just put the little pins into the hollow studs there, and you know, it looks pretty good, but I'd just rather have them like down here. I think that'd look better. There is this top balcony, which I guess is kind of a landing platform, and that's why they have these two studs, so you can have someone drop in, just land there. Yeah, it's kind of a cool play feature. And there is some kind of cool looking designs up here, but this is one of the places actually where you can stick an aim agent with this chain. So grabbing an aim agent, you can grab him, and then these two poles here, you can slide that into there, and then just pull. Then you can just hang there with the poles. That looks kind of cool. But the other place actually is on the balcony. You can use this thing. There, like that. You can just hang them off the balcony bars. But that's kind of it for this Lego set. I think it's really awesome. I definitely think you should consider picking it up if you're an Avengers fan, or if you like Lego, or if you think this would look good on display. And I think I forgot to show you one of the play features down here. There's this little arc reactor thing, and you can kind of blast that out with the lever on the other side. But that's pretty simple play feature. And yeah, this is just really cool. I definitely think you should pick it up if you think it looks cool. I definitely think it's worth it, even though it only has 700 pieces and it costs $90. There is a lot of big pieces in this, and it just looks so cool, you know, with that Avengers logo. It just looks awesome. So definitely pick this up. It's awesome.